Today we're being joined by Jeklyah Garlett from the West Perth WAFLW Football Club. Jeklyah, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me. Very excited.
Nice, likewise. Now, tell us a bit about yourself. What kind of got you into footy and what type of player you are?
Well, I only started playing football in year 5
Okay.
because my mum told me that, she just signed me up. So I'm like, I'll just go down to training and give it a go. And
Mm-hmm.
yes, so from then on, I've played ever since, started at North Beach and then, moved to West Perth and started my journey there. So it's been a very long period since I've started. It's been very
That's good.
fun. Yeah.
That's good. So that clearly no regrets from your mum signing you up until now being a premiership player now this year as well.
Yes, yeah, very happy with that.
That's good. So what type of position do you play on the footy field?
I'm a halfback. So yeah.
That's good. Now, obviously, speaking to your fellow teammates, Paige and Molly and Hayley Bitterfeld, obviously your star captain, it was just an interesting grand final, wasn't it? And it wasn't typical Perth weather, was it? It was muggy. There was muddy, puddles everywhere, rain, everything. That's not like Perth.
Yeah, I know. I was very unfortunate to have that type of weather, but you can do what you do. But it was a good experience, though. We obviously couldn't play our game style, so we had to switch up a few things, but worked out in the end. And we got the win.
That's good. So, in your football time, Jeklyah, has there been any footy accomplishments outside of that premiership that you've had either individually or as a team?
Well, individually, I think last year I got 3rd at the best and fairest for our club, so that was a pretty big achievement. Yeah, winning the 2020 grand final and the 2023 grand final as well.
Oh, yeah.
And making my debut in league in the 2022 season. So it's a very, jam-packed year for that. So it was very fun.
For sure. How was that league debut, obviously, with that step up from not only level but also age groups, having a variation of age, where in Rogers, obviously, having girls around 16, 17, 18, 19 potentially, and in that league, you can go all the way up to 30-odd. So how was it back in 2022, making your league debut for West Perth at that time?
It was very, very nerve-wracking. Obviously, it was a big step up since, only playing one year in Rogers. So going up from that step into league was a big accomplishment, but a huge test, I think, for all the girls who went up. But overall, it's a great experience. You learn a lot from, the older women there. Obviously, AFLW draftees and ex-players who've come back to their local club. So obviously bigger bodies, but it's a very good experience. You learn a lot.
That's right. And I mean, I was going to say, how beneficial was it to play then? And you kind of learned now I'm sure that's one of your next steps you would like to get into, play them more permanently. And it gives you that taste then to know what kind of level of expectation you need to get to that level.
Yeah. Well, certainly expectations, but I think if you just stick to your game, do what you know, obviously you learn a lot, but stick to your strength and it'll work out. But yeah, definitely a huge expectations.
For sure. So you're a 3-time premiership player now. How would you rank all 3 premierships? Obviously, the year prior, obviously, was a good win. This year was in interesting conditions, keeping a team scoreless, might I add, in Subiaco. And then the 2020 premiership. How would you rank them all if you had to rank them, or are they all just equally as important?
Well, I'd say they are all as equally as important, but probably my favourite one that I've played in was last year's one against South Rio, because we were down most of the game and we only got the winning goal in the last 4 minutes of the last quarter. So I think that was the very nerve-wracking grand final I've ever played. So probably that one takes it out.
That's good. So how are you, Jeklyah, with nerves? Obviously, I know there's a lot of people that get nervous for anything, let alone a grand finals. How are you heading into this year's grand final?
I was pretty composed, actually. I just, stuck to what I knew my strengths. But yeah, I was pretty composed, wasn't really nervous at all. Obviously had a bit of nerves, but I was pretty calm before it. So I was lucky.
That's good. So I take then obviously from that every other game, non-finals, you're obviously pretty cool and calm and collected. And what do you kind of do then to try and eliminate those nerves? Do you do anything pre-game or day or night before that you try and stick to, like a routine type thing, or like game day superstitions even?
I don't really have any game day superstitions, but good music
Hmm.
before game really gets me pumped up. So you have to have a good
Yeah.
song on. But yeah, just being around your teammates, hyping them up, them hyping
Mhm.
you. That's pretty much it, to be honest.
That's fair. Now, when I last spoke to your skipper, Haley Bitterfeld, obviously winning that league best and first by such a huge margin. I think it was 21 votes, something like that. How was that night for you all? To see a good friend and teammate winning a league best and fairest, which is something that's not easy to do, and to the level that she did. How proud of you were you of Haley, and how was that night overall?
We're as a whole club, we're so very proud of her. It's a huge achievement
Mm,
for her. She's
mm,
worked so hard. She's a great captain. She's very supportive. Yeah, she takes pride in what she does, and she's an amazing player. Has so many great
mm,
skills and talents. But yeah, we were all very, stunned and very excited for her when we found out the news at training that
mm,
she got the win. We were all very happy. And yeah, she
mm.
deserves it. And yeah, she's a very good player. Very good.
That's good. That's good. Yes, definitely indeed.
Yeah.
Now, and on the topic of teammates, Jeklyah, who loves the limelight, the attention, the camera at West Perth, and they can't get enough of it, and they know what to do when cameras are floating around.
There's a few. There's like a little
Mm.
group of them. I'd
Yeah.
probably say Lene, Taya, Luca, and Hayley Bitters as well. They're
Mm,
all very funny when they come together. So I
mm.
think those four are probably the best ones.
That's very good. Who are some teammates that you feel they kind of fly under the radar a little bit and don't get talked about as much as you feel they should?
I'd have to say Mia Robust or Ella Feast.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, they do a lot of work in the mid. They run a lot. They get the ball.
Mm.
Yeah, provide so many options for us. So I think those two.
Very nice. Okay, now these are some interesting other teammate questions where teammates' hearts may get broken. They may like you more and more for it. So the first one of these ones is best chatterbox of the club.
Oh,
Mm.
best chatterbox. I think it'd be Luca Krimpetich,
Mm.
actually. Yeah,
Yeah,
she's very funny when she talks.
that's good. And like I always say to people, it's not necessarily a bad thing to be the best chatterbox. And I mean, really, in footy and all sports, really, you do need to talk.
Yeah, yeah. Communication's key. Yeah.
Absolutely, it is. For some reason, people don't think that sometimes. Now, if you're stuck on a deserted island with teammates, Jeklyah, who are you taking and not, or who are you bringing and not bringing in, and why?
Um, I would probably bring oh Paige Dudunsky actually. She seems
Hmm.
pretty knowledgeable in camping.
Yeah.
I would bring um Emily McGinn because us two together would probably die in the first hour. So we wouldn't survive at all if she was on an
Yeah.
island with me. But yeah,
Mm.
probably those two.
Yeah. You clearly don't want that to happen on an island, do you? So, very true. Loudest and quietest teammates.
Um, I can say the quietest is either Sophie Fisher or Jamara Wally.
Hmm.
Um, oh, the loudest. Oh,
Mm. Any that strike out or not? Not really.
um, no, not particularly actually. We're
Mm.
all pretty the same level, I guess. But
Yeah,
I
that's fair.
can't. I don't know.
That's fair enough. If your teammates, Jeklyah, were to describe you in a word or a sentence, how would they describe you?
um, I'm a very quiet, shy girl at first. So I
Hmm.
don't really talk unless I don't know I've been talked to. But once you get to know me, I do open up. But probably
Yeah, fair
quiet,
enough.
shy at first.
Fair enough. Well, you're doing well so far. All right. So now, any nicknames? Is there any nicknames you get at the club that you like or dislike?
Um, in my first few years, I think it was Mouse because I didn't talk.
Oh,
But now,
yeah.
but now everyone, JK has stuck throughout,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
4 years now. So yeah, JK.
Very nice. Now, I know I should have asked this off the top, but how many name pronunciations at college? Do you get your name pronounced wrong? Do you get the spelling mixed up? With a whole variation of ways. Does it get to a point where you just cop it, or do you like, no, you're going to get it right before you do whatever you do?
I've given up, so I just cop it half the time. No one can
Mm.
like really get it right, but I just cop it.
Mm. That's fair enough. I mean, you, I would think that mine was simple being Cooper. I get double P. Somehow I get copper. I think that's pretty self-explanatory that it's no double P. I get a
Yeah,
K at the start. I get an A instead of ER. It's like, oh my god. If you're
yeah,
stuffing that up, then they're going to stuff up yours and other people's names that have variations like that as well. I guess unbelievable. But we
yeah.
move on. Now you mentioned music before, Jeklyah. So, what is some of your favorite music that you listen to?
I like a bit of R&B, so like Rihanna, Mariah
Hmm.
Carey. Um, yeah, at the moment I'm liking Sabrina Carpenter, so she's
Okay.
pretty up there right now. Love her music so far, but yeah, mostly Rihanna.
No, very good. Now, who would you say is the toughest opponent you've ever had to match up on at any level? And is there any particular names that come to mind? If not names, teams?
Um, I'd probably have to say Claremont. I'm
Hmm.
not too sure of a name, but they've
Yeah.
got very talented forward line players, so it's always a bit hard playing against all of them, but definitely it's a challenge.
Mm.
It's good.
That's good. Now, obviously, your fellow teammate Paige obviously plays down in the back line, always gets the key forwards all the time. Now, when I spoke to her, and I was very impressed that she said this, and I wanted to see if you do something similar. She mentioned to me about doing oppo analysis. So she goes in names, gets a notepad out, or however she puts it on her phone or whatever, and studies the opposition each week. Are you someone that does that? Because I think, honestly, that's very smart from her to do that. Because even people at AFLW level, etc., AFL, they don't really do that, like from a player's point of view. I think it's something that a lot of people should do more, and it's to help yourself too.
Yeah, but I unfortunately don't do it. Um, I think yeah, mostly before when we're having our team meetings in our lines, we get
Hmm.
specific players and we just all go to Paige saying, you know, if she kicks on her right or left foot, what she's like.
Yeah.
So yeah, we all go to Paige to do it. So yeah, but I don't do it yet. I should start
Yeah.
actually.
Mm. Very, very reliable she is. And
She is
if she, sorry, go on.
no, she is very reliable on game day. She always knows everything about, you know, the players in the forward line, so it's very handy.
Mm. That's absolutely definitely is. Now, name three famous people, dead or alive, you would like to go to dinner with.
Um, I'd say Lucky Neil. Um, I think Zendaya. Um, and probably think Sabrina Carpenter. So yeah, I think those three
And
would
I,
probably be good.
that's all right. I mean, you mentioned some of the people you mentioned before, and then just shows how much of a fan you are of them. Really,
Yeah, I'm a huge fan,
that's
definitely.
it. Which AFL AFLW team do you grow up supporting?
I follow Brisbane Lions and Hawks, so those two are
Oh,
pretty big teams. Yeah,
both. Is
yeah,
it
both of them.
is that both for both leagues? Is it one for one league? Is it how do you mix that up?
It's kind of both. I mainly follow Brisbane Lions for the AFL, and then for the AFLW, the Hawks. So
Okay.
yeah, it's a bit of a
Who's some of your
mix.
a bit of a mix? That's fair enough. Who would you say some of your favourite players at both those clubs?
Um, say Lockie Neal for Brisbane, and then on the AFLW, probably Poppy Bolts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's a key defender. She's good to watch.
Hmm.
Probably from Hawks, James Sisley.
Oh yeah.
Um, and Matea Breed, I think. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's it. Yep.
she's good to watch as well.
So would you say that some of those players that you just mentioned there are some players that like you kind of model your game to the type of style of play that you'd play like, if you were to use
Yeah,
a comparison?
yeah, definitely. Yeah.
That's good. Now, what is the best individual game you feel that you've ever played at any level that comes to mind?
It'd probably be last season against in Rogers against Subiaco. It's my first
Hmm.
time that I've gotten a goal when I'm played in back, so I ran up to the forward and kicked a goal.
Oh, nice.
Molly Conroy likes to say that she gave me the goal because she kind of shepherded it like through the goal line, but
Oh, yeah.
yeah, but yeah,
Oh,
that's probably
well,
my best game.
that's good. Molly taking credit. Interesting.
Thanks.
You can give part credit, I guess. I mean, you'd have to see it to analyze it. Well, just get Paige to analyze the vision for you, and she'll jot it down and do all the oppo
Yeah,
for you, analysis on it for you.
yeah, she
Make
likes
the
to think
final.
it was her goal. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Molly, have your own goal. All right. What would you say some of your most prized possessions that you own?
um, Probably I think all of my primary school cross country medals. They're
Oh,
pretty.
yeah.
Yeah, I got all throughout. Yeah, 1 to 6 got champions, so that's pretty. It's a good prize to keep, and obviously the third best and fairest trophy from West Perth. I think
Oh,
those
nice.
two take it out. Yeah,
Very good. So obviously you mentioned with cross country, so you're pretty decent at running then.
I was good at long distance, and then I
Mm.
switched to short distance and sprints.
Yeah.
Because I did athletics and then netball, and then obviously
Hmm.
footy.
Yeah.
So definitely better at sprints and long distance now.
That's fair enough. Would you say they are your outside of footy interests still to this day, or anything else?
um, Probably netball more than athletics.
Yep.
But yeah, either footy or netball takes up my time. So yeah.
Very good. Okay. If you could have any superpower, what superpower would it be?
I'd have to say probably invisibility. That'll be pretty cool, I think.
Yep.
Just to walk
That,
around without anyone seeing you.
I know that'd be good. Well, if your name's John Cena, apparently he's already invincible. So I mean, you can be like him.
Definitely. Oh yeah.
But yeah, yes, that would definitely be a very, very good one. I don't know what happened there. For some reason, the screen froze. But anyway, we move on. Okay. Now, just used app on your phone. So, in other words, your favorite app.
Um, Probably have to be Instagram or Snapchat. It's probably the two ones up there.
That. Oh, I don't know what happened there again. Anyway, yeah, but Instagram, yeah, that is a very popular one, JK. It is definitely one that gets used a lot these days for
Yeah.
sure. All right. Okay. How do you handle pressure and setbacks in your career? Obviously, you've won 3 premierships, but has there been any point in time throughout your footy career where you've had, setbacks that kind of you had to try and push through, like injuries or anything like that?
Yeah, definitely injuries is probably the main one. I think
Hmm.
getting your support from, your physio, your coaches, your teammates as well is a huge help. But yeah, just sticking to
Hmm.
I know, kind of like just sticking to what people say and getting their advice and stuff that preventions that can help your injury. I think just listening to them and just getting to do whatever gets you through it. I think, yeah.
All right, that's for sure. That's definitely good. Who I don't believe I mentioned this, so forgive me if I hadn't. Who was some of your favourite teammates?
I've got a few. We've got
Yeah.
Molly Conroy. She's a very good
Hmm.
teammate of mine. We went to high school together.
Oh, nice.
Paige Dudunsky's another one.
Hmm.
Emily McGinn, Chloe Smoker. Those, yeah, mainly probably all the backline to be honest. Yeah, those are the ones that really are my friends from there.
That's good. The backline bandits. So I've heard names of some clubs call them backline bandits as backline crew, some form of a name. Have you got a name for the backline?
I don't believe we do. No, I
No,
don't think we do actually.
that's fair enough.
No.
Because one time I had someone on here from another club who just randomly mentioned that's what they call themselves. So I thought, interesting that you're calling yourself your whole crew a backline crew a certain name. But anyway, fair enough. Now
Yeah.
defenders, JK. Now, I think I know the answer, but I'm going to ask this anyway. Now, I feel like there's a bit more love defenders than what they really get. Obviously, the forwards got the Coleman, the mid's got a Brownlow, and rucks get recognised in Brownlow votes these days. So, do you feel you defenders, JK, deserve an official title of an award, especially at AFL and AFLW level?
I think we do. I think,
Mm.
yeah, all of them have won like goal of the year for the forwards.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah, the Coleman as well, best and fairest, obviously. Brownlow mids get it half the time.
Yeah.
I think mark of the year would be pretty cool for backs.
Yeah. Or a
Yeah,
spoil.
yeah, definitely spoil of the year, mark of the year. Yeah, I think definitely deserve
Mm.
one.
Absolutely, I think he's doing, and it's overdue too as well. All
Yeah,
right,
very.
so now we speak of marks and goals. So, JK, great timing to bring this up. Which one would you rather do, mark or goal of the year?
I would rather do mark of the year personally.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think once you've taken that mark and you push back, just take it all in, and then obviously just kick it off. But I think mark of the year definitely, it's for me anyway.
That's fair enough. I mean, you can't go wrong either way, to be honest. Look, I just
Yeah,
choose goal because I like kicking goals, and when I did play, I was just playing it forward, and probably a reason why I do goal kicking challenges too, because my goals clearly, right?
yeah.
If you were to best describe, though, JK, the best goal you would love to ever get, this can be as unrealistic as you want here. If you add in the distance, the angle, the moment, the occasion, what goal would you love to pull out?
I think. Oh, the angle would probably have to be from the boundary.
Yeah.
Do a check side. I think,
Yes.
in the grand final, the last few minutes, probably a big
Yes.
moment. So yeah, definitely that.
That's
Few
right.
meters
And
out.
one that go that'd be a good one. And one, right, where it doesn't have to bounce through or roll through and someone doesn't claim credit for
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Molly Conroy.
Yeah. Yeah, Molly.
Definitely.
Yes. I hope she hears that bit. Might have to clip it and send it to her. Yeah, all right. That is all jokes aside, that is a very good one to do for sure. All right, now this is the hot topic food questions. JK, I don't know what's wrong with people in Australia. They get so worked up, right, over these certain food names, pronunciations, everything, right? So, for context, only 13 people have got all 6 questions correct to how I would answer them.
Yeah.
Only 8 people have said the illogical wrong answer for the first question because there's only one answer. And the lowest score anyone's ever gotten is a bunch of people on 3. How are you with food, and how do you reckon you'll go?
I like food, so I think it will go pretty good.
Mm,
Definitely a
that's
foodie.
That's right. Let's hope so. And for context too, now that I mentioned a lot of people are on 3, so no one's got on this fake honours board here for getting the lowest ever score because there's so many people on 3.
Yeah.
Right. So let's hope that doesn't happen, but I think you'll be safe. Right. First one, and the most important one of them all: chicken palmy. Is it a palmy or is it something else?
Definitely a chicken palmy. No one can say
Good answer.
otherwise. Yeah.
Exactly right. And by the way, no Perth person that I've had on this a lot have never said something outside of that. So the Perth people know what's up. Here in
Yeah.
Victoria, I don't get it, JK. Why some people, or a lot of people do, but luckily for the ones I talk to, they don't say it because for the 8 people that did, they get a rebuttal. And the 2 questions I say back, right, is spell it out, it's an I, and pronounce it. Simple as that. And you got
Exactly.
nothing.
Yeah, there's no other way to pronounce it.
That's right.
Chicken
Or
palmy.
spell it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's a non-negotiable. Right. Now,
Yeah.
the debatable ones. Pineapple on a pizza, yes or no?
Yes.
Fair enough. Damn it. No 6 for 6, but that's okay. All right. As long as we get past 3 now, that's the main goal. All right. What was it? Oh, yeah, tomato sauce, cabinet or fridge.
I'd say fridge.
Fair enough. I pretty much give everyone a point for this because I don't mind either. And as long as someone says neither, we're good. So 2 for 3. Favorite food?
Pasta.
Good answer. And I like how you said that. That's 3 for 4. See, we're flying now. Food you don't like?
I'd probably say mushrooms. I really don't like them.
Good. I do
Yeah.
not like mushrooms either. They're plain and crap is how I would describe them.
Exactly. Yeah.
4 for 5. Good. And favorite restaurant or takeaway place?
Probably any Chinese restaurant. Love it. Love Chinese. Yeah.
Yeah, not too bad. So 5 out of 6. If you were to pick a go-to order though at a Chinese restaurant, what would your go-to order be?
A special fried rice, no prawns though.
Mm-hmm.
Um, honey chicken and probably Mongolian beef.
Not bad. Now, so 5 out of 6. Good job. Unsure that pineapple, but
Yeah.
that's okay. All right. Now last night I had when I mentioned that we had Molly and Paige on, I did this quiz with them, and I was really testing their Fremantle knowledge. And if people haven't checked it, they can go check out the quiz. 5 questions. What could have been 5 questions? End up going about 23 minutes. Don't ask me how. That's just how intense it was. So I don't feel like yours will go that long because you're not really competing against anyone. But so I'm going to name you. So you obviously go for Brisbane and go for Hawthorn.
Yeah.
So I'm going to mix some questions up with Brisbane and Hawthorn players, men's and women's. How do you feel you would go in knowing your Brisbane and Hawks players?
I only know a select few of the AFLW women's,
Okay.
but yeah, I don't know how I'll go to be honest. So
All
we'll
right.
see.
We'll keep it a bit easier. Don't tell them. All right. So the first one: what jumper number does James Sicily wear?
I think is it 6?
Boom. Good. You at least got one. Now, as long if you get no more right, at least you got one. So it's just
Yeah.
that's good. Right.
Yeah.
Number 2: name any 2 Hawthorn AFLW players.
No. Um.
You mentioned one before.
Yeah, Matea Breed.
Yes.
Um. I oh,
Oh, interesting.
it's a
I can
mental.
give you some. Okay, I'll give you some initials. SLJFMA. There's some initials for some players. If that even helps at all. No. All right. All right.
Yeah, I'm not too sure.
All right. Fair enough. We'll give it a cross. But you got okay. I'm gonna give you half a point because you got Mateo Breed. So that's 1.5 out of 2. All right. The next one. Name 2 Brisbane AFL players.
Lockie Neal, Josh Dunkley.
Perfect. Two
Yeah.
and a half out of 3. All right. Name the coach of the Brisbane's AFL team.
Um,
The men's team.
Sam Mitchell.
For Hawthorn.
Yeah. Oh, that's Hawthorn.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
Brisbane.
that's now that I'll give you that because that is that one. So 3.5 out of 4. And the last one, who's the Brisbane coach, men's coach?
I already know his like nickname that he gives him.
All right, go on. I'll accept
Fakes.
it. Yes, Fakes. Yes, Chris
Yeah, Chris
Fagan. Yes,
Fakes.
good job.
Yeah. Fagan,
Yeah.
yeah.
Good job. 4.5 out of 5. See, what were you worrying about? 4.5. Not bad. You almost got the perfect 5. That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now, are you one to be scared of heights, or are you someone that's pretty cool when it comes to heights?
It depends how high we're talking. I
Mm.
think skydiving would be my limit, but I'm
Oh,
pretty good with heights. But I just don't think
okay.
I could ever do skydiving.
Oh, hell no. Even watching JK, watching clips of people do it, even
Yeah.
random people, or if you know them, whatever. I, I, I don't know what the right word is, but I watch it. Go, God, I'm not doing this. God, no. You couldn't pay me $1 million to do that.
Yeah, I would never do it.
No, that's where the line is drawn. Hell no.
Yep.
And no matter how secure the rope is, or whatever it's called, and how trained and experienced the person tying you up with all that stuff, no thanks.
Yeah, I don't think I can ever do it. Actually, no. It's
No.
too scary, that one.
Too scary, too risky, and
Yep.
yeah, everything else in between. All right, now quirks. What are some quirks some people would say that you would have that you wouldn't necessarily like admitting?
Not too sure.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Yeah. Don't think I could say any. Yeah.
All right,
Not too sure
that's
about that
good.
one.
That's all good. Have you ever had any AFL or AFLW player interactions as a fan that were either memorable or forgettable?
Probably one with James Sisley
Oh
and
yeah.
Warple. So all
Mm-hmm. James
the
Warple.
Hawthorn, yeah, guys that got down, and Chad Wingard as well, into the
Mm-hmm.
Hawthorn rooms after one of their games. Um,
Nice.
Conversation, and yeah, had a few photos with them. I think that's definitely top of my list with those boys. So yeah.
That's right. That's very good. And I mean, some people and I say this to knowing some players personally and just talking through plenty on the channel. I feel like they don't. Some do, but I don't think a lot of them do understand how important and memorable those moments can be for people. Like to them, it's like, that's another photo. That's another signature. Blah blah blah. But I don't think they take it. Some don't take it as serious and think how much a simple hello or liking someone's post or sending them
Yeah.
a message back that they've sent or in person conversation or something. They don't. I don't think they understand how valuable them doing a simple thing could be to the other person.
Yeah, it's definitely huge on their side. I think because they're probably role model to so
Mm,
many, especially me. Like how they play, especially for younger players in footy or whatever sport.
yeah.
Definitely looking up to someone in a more advanced league. It's definitely something very important and helps
Mm,
the growth and path of their future. So yeah.
absolutely well said. And I mean, and they signed up for it, so they know what they
Yes.
got into. So I
Yeah.
mean, you can do that. It's one of the easiest things. In fact, it is the easiest thing they can do in the whole footy career or sporting career,
Yeah.
whatever sport it is. Is leadership, JK, something that you've ever been a part of a leadership group or something that you ever want to get into in the future?
I have not been a part in a leadership, but yeah, definitely the roles, as each year advances, me probably being
Yeah.
one of the older players in Rogers Cup at least, think there's a
Yeah.
bit of leadership that you do take on. But yeah,
Mhm.
definitely, yeah, it'd be good to get into a role, I think.
Mhm.
But yeah, probably is something looking forward to, yeah.
That's good. What would you say are some of your biggest strengths as a footballer? You mentioned earlier playing off the half back line and you mentioned the athletic side of things in the past. So what would you say is some of your biggest strengths as a footballer?
I love marking. I Yeah,
Hmm.
do think that's probably my best. Reading the play as well. I do enjoy like
Yeah.
analysing while I'm on the field.
Hmm.
It's definitely one of my strengths as well. Yeah.
That's good. How are you on both sides of the feet? Obviously, there's not many players that are especially at the high level, that are very skilled in kicking on both feet very accurately a lot of the time. Sam Mitchell's the only name that comes to mind that was someone that was very good on both feet. Is that something that you either work on, or is it something that is not one of your strong suits?
My left was definitely not my strong suit. I am
Mhm.
working on it, but I
Mm,
don't think we'll ever get there, to be honest.
okay.
I'm actually horrible at my left foot.
Mm,
So yeah, tend to stick to the right and just
yeah.
keep practicing, getting better at that. So yeah.
Mhm. That's good. Now with the reason I bring up left and right foot goal kick. Well, you can do it for goal kicking too, obviously, but like for example, in a play, right? I feel like some plays, and even at the elite level, I'd bring on about it again. Is with they might say, it's not their strong suit, so they're going to basically refuse to go on their opposite foot. But like, so as a right foot in your case and my case, if you're trapped on the right hand side and the person who's coming at you is on the right hand side and you're near the boundary line, well, you got to hook it to the left way, which means you got to swap. In game situations, though, do you just like kind of try and readjust in that moment to try and switch feet, no matter how it pulls out, knowing if you're trapped on the boundary line on the right hand side and the player's blocking that way, or you're going to kick it out in the full, that you have no choice but to go the other way, an opposite foot?
Um, I've never gone off the opposite foot. I just hope it
Yeah.
swings the right way. So
Yeah,
yeah, I've never gone off or tried to go off the opposite foot, I don't think. So
fair
I just
enough.
hope I'm right for that one, yeah.
Hope and see what happens. Would is league some goals though, JK, something that you aim for next year playing in the league side again?
Yeah, 100%. Be good to get into the squad of the league. And yeah, know basically all of the girls in league.
Hmm.
Played with quite a few of them. So it'd
Yeah.
be good to join them and take on the squad
Mhm.
side, yeah.
That's good. So it's good that you mentioned that. So who are some players you're kind of learning off, kind of that playing at a league level, whether that's obviously through that time when you did play, or even now just like kind of training and mingling with some players? Is there anyone that you have chats or work with to try and build your game to the next level?
Probably Bianca Webbs.
Oh yeah,
But yeah, she's probably one of the higher role models that I look up to in league.
yeah.
As well as, the Bennetts as well. I
Mm.
think they're pretty strong players up there. But yeah, most of them are all very good players and a role model to basically all of us. So it's good to learn everything off of them.
Mm. And so, and obviously with the Bennett's obviously having that experience as well, playing AFLW in the past. So it's just, and you again, like just knowing these players, even if you're not playing with them, like the Bennett's obviously having that ex-AFLW experience, all the knowledge they can give you from being at that level, no matter how many games it was, it doesn't matter. They've had that exposure and they can then feed it off to the rest of you girls. And it's really beneficial, I feel, at least, to have players that have been at that level, or at least have experienced enough and know what to do as well to help guide the rest of you.
Yeah, definitely. They're all so supportive and welcoming when you first join them. So, you learn everything off them. You watch them play during games and they're just, amazing. So learn everything you offer them. But yeah, they're very welcoming and lovely. Very lovely to talk to and play with, obviously.
That's right. That's good that they do that for everyone that wants that support. Any favorite TV shows or movies that you have?
My favorite TV show at the moment would probably be Prison Break. It's
Oh
very
yeah.
old, but I
Hmm.
love it. My favorite movie, probably Grown Ups.
Oh yeah.
They're very funny, but yeah, probably those two.
That's fair. I mean, not Criminal Minds. What did you? So I've had a complete blank. What did you say?
Prison Break
Prison Break.
and
That's the one. No, as soon as I said it, I knew it was starting with a P. I had a complete blank. Prison Break. Yeah, it's one of those. I feel like an idiot now. All those crime type shows. I like watching them. I haven't watched that properly, but I like those type of shows. Those copy type ones.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, I love watching true crime as well. It's
Yep.
very interesting to watch. Yeah, see the
Mm.
process of them being catched and whatnot. So yeah,
Mm.
loved it.
Yeah. How are you though with horror movies? So ones where you wouldn't be recommended to watch at 3 a.m. or 2 a.m. or whatever in the dark as well.
I hate Annabelle the most. I cannot watch Annabelle at all.
Mm.
It's actually horrific. But yeah, probably Annabelle. I'm pretty good with horror movies. But yeah, just not Annabelle. I can't watch
No,
it.
that's fair enough. I mean, it's funny though. Like in certain shows, right, that there's going to be these certain type of scenes, and you're like, whatever. And then in that moment, you watch it in that time slot in the dark. You're like, oh shit, what did I
Yeah,
turn this on for? I mean, you get through it, but you know what I mean. It's like,
yeah,
why did I
definitely.
put myself through this?
Yeah,
But no, I'm pretty good with it. I think you just got to get the wrong time, or when it's unexpected. I think that might be worse actually because you don't know it's coming.
yeah, definitely. Those jump scares, horrible.
Mm. Very much so. All right. So now, if you're in charge of the WAFLW CEO, you're the CEO for a day, JK. Any rules that you're adding or removing from either Rogers or League or both?
Um. Oh, I don't know.
Mm. What do you? Okay, I'll throw some suggestions for you. What about quarter lengths? Obviously, it goes 20 minutes, but the clock doesn't stop. That is one I really hate. It happens in VFLW as well, and I can't stand it. I think it's really frustrating because it gives teams within the rules chances to exploit the time. And if you're up by a goal and the other team just kick the goal and make it like 2 points or whatever, and there's a minute left, you ain't going to get the ball. You're not going
Yeah,
to bring it back quickly. You're just going to kill time or fake injuries. I've seen that happen in WAFLW games and VFLW. I don't like it. It's in the rules, but it shouldn't be a rule. The clock should just stop, and you'll stop people faking it.
yeah. I'm kind of with both sides because obviously
Mm,
when you're the winning team at advantage, you're probably going to be happy with
mm,
it. But if you're,
mhm,
by a few points down and there's like a minute on the clock and it's still running, then it's a bit really annoying and a bit unfair in
mm,
that kind of way.
yeah,
But yeah, overall, I'd say it is unfair, and
yeah.
Shouldn't really be a run. Yeah.
That's fair. That's exactly what Paige said the other night as well. I get it because you just win all the time, so you aren't on the bad side of it. You're undefeated, weren't you? So I
Yeah.
mean, when's the last time you've lost a game? By the way.
In League 2022.
Wow.
Yeah.
For context, okay, I can't remember the number now because it was earlier this year. In my cricket side, in seniors, we floated around. The players chop and change at the lower grades. You know, you'll have some juniors play. You'll have some old people that haven't played before or that are outright terrible. You know, and then you're playing people against that are playing levels that they shouldn't be in, and you know, you have all that. So anyway, so I'd been a part of a team that hadn't won for over 1,300 bloody days. And it was insane, JK. And here you are talking about, I haven't lost since 2022, and I've won 2 games since 2022. And they were late in the year, too. It was painful, JK. I mean, I didn't know what a win felt like until late in the year when we finally won. We were clearly going to win the game, like how it was panned out at the very end. We were bowling second, so we only needed that 1 wicket. They had guys that couldn't bat, and they needed like 70 runs with 7 overs. We're like, okay, we're finally going to win this. And when we got the last wicket, it felt weird. I'm like, we won? What the hell? This is weird. I'm normally used to being angry after we lost, and I thought, I had no feeling. I thought, what the hell just happened?
Yeah, I didn't really feel real at all.
No, it didn't. And then, well, the week after, we went back to what has previously happened and getting smashed. Then the week after that, and now this is the one I feel very, very privileged in, JK. Again, being in teams that lose every week, it sucks. We played 40 over matches. The other team batted first and scored 383. That's no word of a lie. You know, you get 200, that's very good. They got 383 or something like that. Anyway, I and a few others, we helped chase it down with 1 ball to go. So I thought, I was on made 63 not out, got 3 wickets, got a catch. I thought, oh, now this is good. Because that was one again, even halfway through that game, you hear the other team giving you shit, going, here's another lost chance. And that felt even sweeter. And with myself, because people more know me off my online stuff, they knew it was being filmed, right? And they know I'm bad, and they're chirping me. They know, they go through all my catchphrases and everything like that. They're like, yep, yeah, he thinks he's going to win him the game. Get luck. And they kept saying this for like 50 minutes of the time I was batting, and they're like, he's going to be out. I found it's so enjoyable in the end because they couldn't get me out. And it's just, I was swearing. They were very quiet after the end. They were shitting, and they were cracking their shits and everything like that. And that's the one for me that made it more sweeter. And winning felt normal again. But
it's a good achievement, though.
I know, definitely. And then I know. Silence. Then every time that's silence, though, right? They had no words after the game. They just walked past. Yeah, okay, yeah. So that's it. Anyway, enough about me. But it fits in with you winning all the time and me hardly winning ever, especially in the last 6 years. I can't tell you how many games it's be under 10 in 6 years. Unbelievable. I know. Unbelievable. But anyway, all right. So I've got a few more for you. So the real pressure coming on, JK. So, all right. Now we go back to we talked about your best individual game. What do you feel is the best goal you've ever got? Is it the one where Molly took credit for, or is there another one?
No, that's the only one I've kicked actually in my entire Rogers career. So that one.
Fair enough. You can bring up local. They don't have to be a Rogers one.
I think North Beach under 12s.
Yep.
There was one where I just bombed it from about 45, 50, and then it went through. So that one was a pretty cool one. Yeah.
That is a good one. Now that just reminded me, hitting a long range goal celebrations, JK. Do you have a go-to goal celebration that you do, or have you got any plan for the next season in case you do play part back again and venture down forward?
I don't have any goal celebrations. I think if it comes to the point, I'll probably come up with a few next year, maybe see how that goes. But I don't have any. Just get around the teammates, I guess. Yeah.
No, that's fair enough. Do you see any, JK, though, and you go, Yeah, I like that one. You don't have to necessarily have done it yourself. Is there any you watch on TV? Any teammates, opposition doing? You're like, yeah, I don't mind that.
I think Lene does a few good goal celebrations.
Mm-hmm.
Lexi did one as well. She did like a little
Yeah.
ballerina twirl.
Oh yeah.
So I think that was a good one to watch from our team at least. Yeah.
Mm. Very nice. I like seeing all these creative, goal celebrations. I love seeing it, and even in my goalkeeping challenges as well. I had one player. This was so funny, so random, so unexpected. Now that it's got to a point where every time I bring up goal celebrations, she gets mentioned in every video from now on when I do these and bring that question up. She did this aeroplane, like she waved her arms out and she went around in a circle about 3 or 4 times, kicking a basic goal, might I add. It was a generic 25 on a flank. But anyway, hey, I would do it too. But yeah, it was so funny. Just did an aeroplane, went around 4 times. I thought this is new. I hadn't
Wow.
seen that before until then.
Yeah, seems interesting.
I know, and
Always new ones.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I can think of one that someone's done that could upstage that, but that's maybe the challenge for everyone else. All right, so very, very interesting. All right, is there any coaches' pets at the club?
I wouldn't say there's like an individual I think that stands
Yeah,
out. I think we've got all good relationship with the coaches. We have fun with them all.
yeah,
We make fun of some of them as well.
yeah.
But yeah, I think we all have a pretty good relationship with them. I don't think there's any ones that stand out, I
Hmm.
guess.
That's good. So I got one more for you, JK. Now, going back to the grand final, and obviously winning it and everything like that, was there a moment in the game where you thought, okay, we've got it? Or was it really literally at the very end that you knew that it happened? And on top of that, how was the post-game celebrations?
Yeah, I think it was at the very end, when the siren goes, just,
Mm,
tells you you've done it. So that was a very good experience once again. We had a very fun time
mm,
with our post game celebrations. We all went to Luca's house.
okay.
Yeah, had some fun with all the coaches.
Yeah,
Took lots of pictures, of course, but yeah,
of course.
definitely takes out.
Absolutely. That's their moments, JK, that you'll never forget. And it's been a pleasure
Yeah,
having you on. All the best for the upcoming
thank you.
season. And thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me. I love it. Yeah,
No,
thank you.